the day. From MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. The New York Jets taking on the Baltimore Ravens.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club, and they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result that he opted for the touchback. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. I thought the defensive guys were coming over and teased.
And right away, he lost the football. And the Ravens have got it. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't have... If you're thesaurus, I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. is caught right at the 10-yard line.
Jackson's
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Baltimore.
And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
The kick is good.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Montez Sweat came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 20.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that. And
they're able to get this one across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
18 on the play. 1st down, Baltimore.
Jackson on 1st down. He's going to launch this thing. Wait, this is caught at the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Complete to
a big play there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure to just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Kickoff for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively.
This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
Ball carrier.
The numbers for Bell on the ground in the game last week. 19 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now, number 3 in the league in rushing within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Quarterback sacked.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
At the 49.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll run it with Bell. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
Malik Harrison. A 3-yard loss on the play.
Here's Braden Mann now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
With the score, Ravens 14. Jets, nothing.
Here's the Jets punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens will take over at their own 20-yard line. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. From from the gun. Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
20-yard line.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Now Jackson on first down. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Intercepted.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis?
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
He'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the 2nd quarter. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Take it in at the 3. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a one-score game.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side.
Pass. Complete.
7 yards, the pickup there. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
At the 24-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Dean Lowry able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
3rd down. 3rd and 11.
They go play action with Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And it's knocked away and incomplete. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th.
Down, Ravens.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Throwing left side here, and it's complete.
Jackson's pass.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
7-yard line.
And Jackson throwing once more. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Jackson will throw again. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
1st down.
Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Looking left side, he's complete. He's got it. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Again, Jackson. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
18 on the play.
And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Let's go, D.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
Pass complete to
An 11-yard touchdown. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Tucker now to add the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. A 10-play drive that time, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Le'Veon Bell and the Jets ready to begin their next drive. He's just been looking for some space. You know, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
By the Ravens.
The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT.
Let's go. Jackson.
That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
At the 17-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bell. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll throw now on the final play. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So we have the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. The Ravens ready to receive it. And they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19.
As the offense takes the field, we zero in on the Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now Jackson throwing on 1st down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Screen.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 81 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Now they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Flush to it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Williams.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
And it's 3rd.
Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31.
Come on.
A big-time 3rd down play for the Ravens. 51 yards. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll run with Fournette. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Two runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Goodwin able to haul it in. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 12-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Goodwin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
And New York set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Back at the 27.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now this is Le'Veon Bell with a reception.
The pass.
It's a 4-yard pickup. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
3rd and 14.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got this one completed to Mims. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Kenyon Drake, the ball carrier.
C.J. Mosley, the former Raven, in there on the tackle. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
3rd down. 3rd and long.
From the gun, Jackson. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Jets are going to get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
The 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. On the run, it's Ware. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Spencer Ware unable to get to the marker, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down of this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. He went on the move there
and started rolling out. I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 42. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. He's going to go up top again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Quincy Wilson with the INT.
Jackson's pass.
Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 9-yard line.
2nd and 5. Caught left side by Funchess. And he's got a first down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning.
1st and 10 at the 20.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
The Ravens.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage.
On the keeper.
6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Marcus May.
Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
But I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Jets 20.
He's going to keep it again. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
3rd down.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. This time Jackson will throw it, letting one go deep for the end zone. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up.
They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Number 1.
As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep, and boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Jets. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Josh Reynolds. And that'll bring up second down.
Incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Patrick Queen.
Today's
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong, whatever you call.